On today's Design Tools for Makers, we will be discussing the Glowforge. The mighty Glowforge. The Glowforge 3D laser cutter is a 40-watt laser cutter that you can use to create beautiful things at the touch of a button. You can use materials such as wood, leather, cardboard, acrylic, and more to make cool, amazing, or just plain practical things. The Glowforge uses CNC, which stands for Computer Numerical Control, in order to cut your designs, which can be a number of different formats such as SVG and PDF, or it can even just trace a picture you've drawn and cut that out. Some of the different features that the app has when it comes to creating your own designs. Click on this cyan button called Create. Once you click on that, you'll have three options. You'll be able to create new blank design, upload from file, or capture from camera. Upload from file would be an SVG, such as what we talked about in Design Tools for Makers last week. And capture from camera allows you to use a picture, a hand-drawn picture, and turn that into a file that you can use with the Glowforge. Right now, we're going to create a new blank design, and you'll see that we're going to get a live feed from our Glowforge camera as long as our Glowforge is on. Currently, I have a piece of medium cherry in the Glowforge, which you can see right here. You'll notice that this material that we are using right now, which is called a proof grade material, comes directly from the Glowforge manufacturer in the Glowforge store. And they have these QR codes that will tell the computer, tell the app, exactly what settings we want to use when we're cutting, scoring, or engraving. On the Glowforge shop, you can find, quote, hundreds of materials that you can use for the Glowforge that have been what are called proof graded, so you know that they are safe to use on the Glowforge. You can also find plywood, acrylic, veneers, hardwoods, and draft board on the shop. Up here in the left corner, it's going to ask us to choose the type of material we are using. So we're going to go ahead and create a little item, if you will. So we're going to go to Insert Shape, and here we have several different choices. We can make a line, we can create a square, a circle, a star, or a polygon. I'll show you the polygon real quick. And you can choose the number of points that your polygon will have. If you choose 4, you'll have a box. If you choose 3, you'll have a triangle. You can go all the way up to 20-sided. You can also add text if you'd like. And we'll see that that's going to show up here. You can choose different fonts. And you can make it bigger or smaller by clicking on the anchor points and changing its size. Great. Once we are ready to print, we're going to click this print button right there in the top right corner. The program will go ahead and figure out how to talk to the Glowforge and let the Glowforge understand what to do. Sometimes this can take a few moments. Here we can see this is only going to take 3 minutes and 51 seconds for this side. Once it gets to this, it says push the button on your Glowforge to begin. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So a lot of Glowforge stuff is just playing around and seeing how your designs turned out, and then you'll be able to see if you like it or not, what to do next time differently. So again, this is going to be roughly the same amount of time as the last print. Notice that the cuts don't have to be cut out, and the difference in our time is not that big, and the reason for that is the cuts really only take a very short amount of time, like a few seconds to cut. So each one of these is just a few seconds. It does add up, but it doesn't add up to that much. So once again, we're going to click the magic button, as Glowforge calls it, and we'll be back in just a moment. So I've placed a peace sign that I've drawn on a Post-it note, and we're going to turn this into a shape that we could cut out. So what we're going to do is drag a square around what we're tracing, and you'll see that the screen's changed and it's darker. It looks more like digital ink now. And now we can choose either the white areas that we want to cut away or our actual item. And you see now that's been selected. This is a cut. We can make it any size that we want. Either humongous, small. Make it fairly small. We'll click print. And then we'll go ahead and cut. This should be a very short amount of time. This is just a cut. Yep, 22 seconds.